The magic of stories. In a sunny valley, there was a small village called Willow Grove. It was a cheerful place, filled with laughter and flowers. But most people didn't know how special books could be. At the center of the village stood an old library. Inside, the shelves were packed with dusty books, waiting to be opened. Miss Alara, the librarian, loved stories and shared them with anyone who would listen. However, the villagers preferred to play outside and rarely visited. One day, a curious girl named Mira wandered into the library. She loved to read and was always looking for new adventures. While exploring the shelves, she found a book called The Chronicles of the World. Excited, she sat down and began to read. As Mira read, she was transported to faraway lands filled with brave heroes and magical creatures. Each story opened her mind to new ideas and different ways of life. Mira was hooked. She decided to share what she learned with her friends. Mira invited the other children to a story time in the village square. "Come and hear about brave knights and clever queens," she called out. Only a few kids showed up, unsure about listening to a story. Mira began to read aloud, her voice bringing the story to life. As she spoke about a fierce dragon and a clever girl who outsmarted it, the children listened closely. They laughed and gasped, caught up in the tale. Encouraged by their excitement, Mira started holding weekly story gatherings. More children came each time, eager to hear her stories. They shared laughs, thrills, and sometimes even tears, growing closer as friends. One day, a terrible storm rolled into the village. The wind howled, and the rain poured down. Mira decided to share a story about a village that faced a similar storm. The villagers in the story worked together to build a strong barrier to protect their homes. With the storm raging outside, Mira shouted to her friends, "We need to help each other, just like in the story." She inspired everyone to come together and work. They gathered logs and stones, building a barrier as the storm continued to roar. Through teamwork and courage, they managed to save their village from flooding. When the storm passed, the sun shone brightly, and everyone cheered. They realized that the stories had helped them understand how to face challenges together. From that day on, the library became a special place for the village. Everyone started visiting, eager to read and share stories. Miss Alara welcomed them all, helping them discover the joy of reading. Mira continued to read and encourage her friends to write their own stories. The village blossomed with creativity and connection. They celebrated storytelling festivals, where everyone shared their favorite tales, bringing joy and laughter to the community. Willow Grove became a village full of readers and dreamers. Through stories, they learned about friendship, bravery, and understanding. Mira had helped her village see that reading was a magical way to connect and grow together. In the heart of Willow Grove, the library stood tall, a reminder of the wonderful adventures waiting inside books. Mira knew that the love of stories had created a lasting bond in her village, one that would be cherished for years to come.